Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from SwimCycleRunCoach. A few weeks ago we unpacked this, the Poolmate Pro, and we said we were going to use it. Now it's time to review it. We're going to show you the functions of the watch and the features, we're going to show you how to upload, and we're going to show you exactly what it gives you on the computer in terms of data that you can follow. From that, you'll be able to decide if it's something that you want to take to the pool and it's something that might be useful in your training plan. We will have the Poolmate Pro on the website, so if you want to buy one, just go to the website, click, and you'll be able to shop with PayPal in one click. Okay, it's now time to review it. Let's see if the watch is as good as we think it might be. Okay, so here we have the Poolmate Pro from Innovate, and you can see we're on the main screen, and that main screen is just showing us the date and the time of day. You see it's April the 24th and it's 9:37. And to scroll through the various functions that the watch does, or the various screens that the watch has, you just press this top button. There's a chronograph, so you can just take timings. There's the log of your swims that you've done, and let's just have a look inside that. You can see that's log 3. If we go down, we'll go to log 2, and if we go down again, we'll go to log 1. You notice that's done on April the 12th, that's done on April the 19th, and that one's done on April 23rd. And we'll show you how to upload that type of thing in a few moments. We'll just get out of that by pressing that button, so we're still in log. The next screen is the upload screen, and that will show you how to use again in a few moments. And the next screen is the setup. We'll go into setup, and the first screen you see is kilograms and meters. That's how I've got it set up. You could change that to pounds and yards if you wanted to. The screen after that is the pool measurement. I've got it set to 25 at the moment, but you can set it for anything relative to the pool you've got. Oh, let's just slip back. Let's just go back to setup and go in. So we've got pool, we've got time set, we've got alarm set, we've got weight, we've got what hand you're going to hold it on. I'm holding it on my right hand. User 1, you're allowed 3 users. I'm going to put that now to user 2. You'll see the reason for that in a minute. You can reset it with a hold. The battery's at 6, and there we go, we're back to the beginning. So let's just go out of that and back to the main screen. There you go, those are the main functions. You scroll through going up and down, as you've seen. You set some things using this button. And if you were in this screen and you wanted to go on a swim, all you'd do is press this button and you'd be on lap 0 of that swim. You can see the time ticking away. The meters start when you start moving the watch. So if you move the watch, suddenly it realizes you're moving and it starts logging up the distance. Well, we're obviously not going to do that at the moment, so we'll just stop that. To reset it, you just hold this for 2 seconds or 3 seconds and it resets. And there you go, we're back to the beginning and the time. Okay, so let's see now how to upload. We'll show you that, and then we'll show you some other features on the computer. Okay, so how do you use the Poolmate Pro when you're at the computer to download all of your sessions? SwimOvate have a downloading program called Poolmate Pro on their website. I've got a shortcut to it here, so we'll just open that. And there we go, we've just brought in the Poolmate Pro details. Now you'll notice that in the setup, when you saw me, I actually switched to user 2. I've just set up a fictitious user 2, Chris E, here, so that I can upload this particular information. You can see how that's done. So we're switching from Wayne, which is me, to Chris E, which is the second user, and you can have 3 users in total. Now, if you're going to do this, you really do have to remember to switch users before you upload, otherwise you'll upload details onto a different user. And that stuff you'll just have to manually take off. You'll then have to re-upload stuff to you if you've chosen the wrong user. So we're choosing Chris E, and we'll go OK. We've got 1 session for Chris E up here already, but what we want is we actually want to upload new sessions from Chris E. So we'll go upload. That brings up a dialog box. We'll go to upload on the watch, and we'll just put it in its pod. Just place it there, and you can see that the screen is now uploading the data that I've got on that watch. There we go, we've now got another 3 swims, the 12th, the 19th and the 23rd, and you can see that all of those have distances attached to them. So if I look at that one, we get full details of that one. You can see all the ones are different, they're all different, doing different things, and they've all got different graphs on them. We'll show you how to use that in a second, but for that what we'll do is we'll go directly to the computer and show you a computer screen as opposed to a video shot.
Okay, so here we are on the Poolmate Pro program. We'll quickly show you it and some of its features. This is for April 2013. Today's date, which is the 24th, is shown in green, and every time you click onto a square it turns blue. We'll just turn that one blue, which is a swim of 1700 meters. I'm showing you this because the actual swim time, the duration of the set, was 53 minutes and 6 seconds, but the rest time looks to be 24 minutes 35. That's not necessarily that accurate. What you do on the Poolmate Pro is you press the button to start, you press the button when you've stopped a particular swim, and then it goes into P mode, which is rest mode. If you're doing kick sets, or if you're doing single arm swimming, things like that, you wouldn't necessarily have the Poolmate Pro on, because it cannot calculate the distance per stroke and everything else, because it works on one arm only. So if I'm doing kick sets, I do tend to take it off. If you wanted to, you could keep it on and just record the time, then put the distance in, and you'd find out exactly how fast you were kicking for a particular distance. Anyway, just to explain that importantly, Paul, you'll see that's 25 meters. I'm going to come back to that in a short while. Sets. Now the sets themselves, for 100 warm up, then we went on to some 50s, and the 50s were done differently. Then we came to the main set, which is a 50, a 100 and a 200 done twice. So you'll see that is repeated 50, 100, 200 down here. If we go to the top 50 and just over to the right hand side, you'll see that I've put a note in band. That is me wearing a band round the ankles for the first set, or the first round of these sets. So the first 50, 100 and 200 was with a band around my ankles, and you can see the speed of 98, 105 and 107 seconds per 100 reflects that with a band around your ankles you do progressively get slower, you progressively get more tired, and your stroke rate tends to go up, 29, 25, 26, 29, 25, 25 for the others. So that is easily shown, and there's good reasons for it. But there's a notes section, you can put that in. You'd like to know what happened, and so you can record what happens exactly in your sessions. At the bottom, we've got this lovely graphic. If you wanted to, you could add calories to that. You see that calories appear and disappear. I don't find calories particularly useful. I don't swim for weight loss, so I don't keep that in. And there's lots of things here that you can find useful from time to time. There are overall logs that you can see. Here is progress volume. So here's volume versus duration. Now effectively, if you're getting better, you want the volume to stay the same and the duration to decline, to get less, so you do the same distance in less time, or you want the volume to go up and the duration to stay the same. So you'd like this gap to widen. Here you can see it's very much the same sort of pace going throughout in terms of the relationship between the two. As the distance goes up, the time goes up. I'd effectively like that to be a straight line. In terms of technique, there's lots of things you can judge yourself by: the number of strokes you take, the efficiency, the speed, the stroke length, or the stroke rate. All useful tools that you can click on and off, if you see that, to see one versus the other if you find them confusing. Lastly, there's a monthly volume. Obviously we started using this in March, so that's a low volume. We've now completed half of April, or a little bit, probably 2/3 of April, and we're up to about 15,000 meters. So you'll be able to take a good look at both duration, It's not 15,000 meters, of course. That's the duration, which is about 4 hours. The number of meters is about 9,000. So you can make mistakes if you look at the wrong color. You can add calories back into this if you really want to. You can see that. Again, I'm not doing this for weight loss, so I don't find that a particularly useful measure. Just one more thing, if you need to, I mean, these swims were done in a 2-lane pool. So it's a 2-lane lane. So I'm going wide from one side to the other as I do it, which means I'm almost certainly doing about 26 meters or more meters in a length. Therefore, if I save those changes, I can reflect that in the sets instantly. And you'll see that instead of 50, we've gone up to 52, 104, 208, 52, 104, 208. And that actually might reflect the speeds I was actually swimming slightly better, because obviously in a public session where you have 2 lanes, you have to come to the middle every time, out to the edge and back to the middle on every single length. Now that's going to add at least a meter, I would suggest, per length. So if you need to, you can change that. A very variable system, as you can see.
So that's the Poolmate Pro from SwimCycleRunCoach. There's also the Poolmate itself, which doesn't come with this pod to put it on the computer. You have to do that manually. Not too onerous a task, you can do that fairly easily. So if you need something to record your data, to see how you're progressing in swimming, the Poolmate Pro is an ideal tool. You've seen how it works. Okay, we'll see you next week. That's all for this week. It's starting to get warm. Hopefully I'll see some of you out there open water swimming soon. I'm planning to do it this weekend, as long as it's above 12 degrees. See you then. Keep on. Bye.